Hey everybody, good morning. Let me change my setting. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sort of rushing about. I have my flight today. So I've been packing last minute, getting everything ready to head out today to the airport. But before I go, we're going to do one last stream. I won't be back in Japan for another 2 weeks. So anybody who's reached out to me for a Gambit, I just want to remind you that it's going to be a while till I can get any more out. I got as many as I could over the week out. I got over 30 out. But of course, you know, my schedule, the hours at the post office, everything has to kind of match. And the hours at the post office in Japan are not very conducive to people who work. Banks as well. Bank hours are 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's it. Monday to Friday. You can't get to a bank in that time, you're out of luck. You're shit out of luck. So everything here is kind of made based on a model from, you know, like 50 years ago, where all the men were working and the women were kind of housewives or whatever. So sorry, I'm getting messages left and right. So I'll get stuff out as soon as I get back for people who still haven't gotten their Gambits, and I'll definitely, you know, reach out and give people their tracking number and everything else. So don't worry about it. But we got a good show today, I think. We got a big reveal. We have some stuff that we want to talk about. And of course, we got the crew as always. So let's start off with the Magic Man. Let's start off with Ian. What's going on?
I'm the Magic Man today.
You're the Magic Man today.
How's things? And I just freaking just ran in here and just jumped on. Monday's my day off. It's Monday here. Monday morning. It's
Monday here, is it? Oh.
It's I'm talking to the audience.
I thought you were talking to me.
Did you know it's Monday?
Well, I know you got a
the wrong day. But yeah, it's my day off. So
congratulations on the haircut.
Wife's having a bit of a
meltdown.
Strop. My kids had to get to school, and then it's like I just want to sleep. I want to go back to bed. But we got a big stream, some big news.
Some big news. Even Ian doesn't know about. And I usually share all this stuff with Ian, but there's some stuff that he doesn't know about.
There's something more?
Well, there's some info. Something that may surprise you. Nice. We'll get into it. Let's bring in Al, the man of mystery. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Long time no talk.
I know. Al was officiating marriages or something like that.
No, wait. We did a stream when I got back. The last Sunday.
No, I don't think so.
The six figures. I barely made it back for that.
Well, you were back for that. That's right.
I was back for that. But yeah, just same old. I see Rowdy in the chat. I was on one of her streams yesterday. She's doing like an open mic type of thing too, like every 2 weeks. So that was fun.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, just other than that, just ready to see the big news.
Yeah.
Big reveals.
It's gonna be fun. All right. Let's bring in the fourth musketeer. We'll bring in Doc Benevolent. What's going on?
What's up, people? It's been getting into my favorite time of year at a scorching 87 degrees outside, but best time of the year. Kaiju, I think you like it as well, too.
I love this
holiday season. It's all golden. So, yeah, just looking forward to seeing what our big reveals are today.
How was everybody's weekend?
Good.
Yeah. Same here.
I just got done watching that Patriot game, though.
Big game, right?
Yeah, my wife's a Bucks fan, so oops.
Oh, really? Why is that?
You know, she just picked them. I think she just did that pick a team. She actually knows a lot about football, so I don't know. She picked them or she was assigned them. What's up?
She picked them or she was assigned them?
It's just kind of like I did. I picked the Steelers because when I was 3, I thought their uniforms looked cool. That's about it. So she just went with whoever she was friends with at the time, I guess. But
okay, cool.
And they used to.
My team's currently down 28-14, so we'll see if they can make the comeback.
Ian, do you follow American football?
That's a no right there.
Yeah,
oh, he's
that's a
gone.
no.
And my team is playing tonight, so
You can't call it football. You're not allowed.
Well, I just said, do you follow American football?
But that's what I said. You can't call it football because it's not
Sure
football.
you can, because soccer is association football.
and he's out.
Yeah, I don't follow it. I used to love playing the Madden games. So I know the sport, I know the rules, but I don't follow it now.
I stopped playing those Madden games, but I've been playing them on since first came out on Apple IIe, and all it had was X's and O's, just
Like the
X's
Tecmo
and O's
Bowl
running the
back
field.
in the day.
They have come a long way.
Well, come on, man. We're old enough that they had that vibrating game with the players that.
Oh, you're talking about
Oh,
It was always so exciting to get out of the box, and then you're like, none of this works. They just kind of
Yeah.
shuffle around and end up in one corner. But it was fun. It was
Did
cool.
you ever have in America, in the US? Did you ever have Sabutio, the soccer game where you flick the characters? So you have
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
what you
like
mean.
with like the things on the side that you turn, right?
No.
No,
So
you're talking about football.
you just have
Football.
you just put out
yeah,
a map,
foosball.
so you put out the pitch, and then you
No.
kind of
flip
have
them, right?
the character players on like a half ball, and you flick them to hit the ball. And it required a lot of skill, but it was a huge game when I was a kid. It's really big.
Kind of like paperclip field goals, right?
It's like that, yeah. It's like that, but with
Oh,
actual
okay.
little minifigs. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No,
You
we
paint
were
them.
more
I
advanced.
paint them with my dad, and
we
you
had
paint
real, we had real games. So
I remember the little
You were
small
just talking about
basketball.
vibrating games. What are you talking about?
Or what about the small basketball game? There was like a half court, and there's like little, like you press a
you could
button.
hit the thing and it,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what that's called.
And
but
eventually those would misalign, and it'd always be like to the right, no matter what you did.
yeah.
all right. Anyway, like I said, I have a very busy day today, so we're not gonna shoot the shit all morning. So let's go and say hi to everybody who's here. What's going on, Oma? Oma has a question.
Omar?
Well, not really a question, an observation. I bet the new figure will be another Captain America. We shall see. We shall see. No hints until then. Random question. So since you know figure 3 and 4 from the Gamerverse line, should the survey be the next 3 figures after figure 4? Should the next survey? We'll get into the survey because the survey is kind of it's been extremely impactful. Extremely impactful. So this is something that even Ian doesn't really know about. And we'll talk about it in a moment. So ladies man, hey.
I knew before you. I just keep it secret.
Yeah, okay. Then we'll let you handle the segment then, okay?
So I can tell them what number 4 is? Okay.
No. Well, listen. I'll get into it in a bit. If it's Captain America, ladies man would be happy. Love the Mafex comic cap. So do I. It was my figure of the year. It was better than Daredevil for me. But I wish the top half was a little bigger in terms of the muscle. And I get it's a Silver Age cap, so it's fine. Yeah. Let's just keep going through for some original comics. I'm pulling modular Iron Man, pulling from modular Iron Man, as basic as that is. It would be cool, but the Marvel Legends one is fine. Yeah, Marvel Legends Marvel Legends has been doing some really good Captain Americas.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well,
that's one figure that I think they kind of they either nail or they come as close to nailing every time they put one out over the last couple of years. They've just been killing it with those caps.
Their Iron Man figures are pretty good, man. The modular Iron Man is one of my favorite 6-inch. It's really good.
Actually, yeah, I like that modular Iron Man figure too, but it would be nice to see Bandai tackle it with the bigger proportion, just like Dr. Doom. Like, I love the Mezco Doom, but I would love to see an actual faithful Gamerverse Doom, with that big bulky look.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, what's going on? What's going on, Paul?
Paul?
Thanks for being here. Brandon is here. It's interesting to see who the next Gamerverse figure is. We'll get into that. We'll get into some other things. Give you guys a little bit of a tease for some things to come. Microwave, hi, what's going on? Keep going through. Thinks it's probably going to be Iron Man. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Dr. Doom figure would be insane, though. It absolutely would.
Yep.
Absolutely would.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going through. Bones is here. Bones. No pictures today. We'd appreciate a photo or a picture, but
it's still early. We never know what we'll get from Bones.
Yeah. Dr. Doom or Gambit. Okay. Rowdy's here. What's going on, Rowdy? As Al said, Al was on Rowdy's stream the other day. So if you guys haven't checked out Rowdy's streams, Rowdy Riles. What is it? Rowdy. What's the actual name of the channel?
It should be Rowdy Riles.
Rowdy
I can link in the chat.
Rowdy Reviews.
Let's see.
Put the link in the comments.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Darky Terrace is here. Good afternoon. What's going on?
Darky, what's up?
Again, going down.
What's up, Darth?
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's a trip. What's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.? What are we talking about? I don't know. Epic is here. What's going on? So we're getting the reveal tonight. We're getting the reveal. People have been after me for weeks and weeks and weeks. Finally, I'm gonna get the reveal tonight. Ricardo, giving shout outs to Oma. Thanks for being here, man. Again, good afternoon from Boca del Rio, Veracruz, Mexico. Still eager to know which Mafex are gonna launch in November, and which to be belated. So we kind of went over that in the last stream. There's, what did we say, like 17 figures that have been pushed back or are scheduled either a original release or a reissue for November. Pushed back just meaning they haven't been slated into another month. I think since we made that, Ami has updated their listing, and I think they've put Rogue, maybe Rogue, or the Tom Holland Spider-Man, or maybe the Final Swing Spider-Man. One of the two, I think, is scheduled for December now. So I think it got pushed back. I think it might have been the Rogue, something like that. So that Rogue originally was what, April?
May, I think. Yeah.
May. That's just crazy. It's insane. Colin Mack is here. Bring on the good news. Yeah, I think it's good news. Let's keep going through. Booyah! Stu for lunch is here. Stu for Kai.
What's up, Stu?
What's up, Stu?
Yeah, so Vincent thinks it's going to be Hulk or Rogue. Hot one today. I don't know. Ramen Toy is here. Look at that, Jason. Asking you shall receive.
Ace, I'll be sending you a message. I just have a question.
Yeah, Ace. He's got a question, a comment, an issue. So
the answer is yes to all three.
Yeah. So Ohayo gozaimasu, Mr. Ace. I hope Ace is gonna be coming by to hang out with Ian and myself soon. Hey, Jukebox Hero, going to be part of the replay crew. Okay, out with the mother-in-law for dinner.
Happy birthday to the mother-in-law.
Condolences. Sorry about that. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Don't think so, man. Don't think so.
But we're losing. We're losing.
Yeah.
I just checked the score. Still losing.
Hopefully they don't mess up the rights issue for whoever is next. Yeah, that was a bit of a monkey wrench thrown in there, right? Like you would have
Yeah.
figured that would have been kind of taken care of. But of course, I mean, these figures are made for the Japanese market, and if they can go into other markets, great. But this is the market. It's the domestic Japanese market, and we've said before, when it comes to how they look at the data for sales and engagement, they're really just looking at the Japanese market. So something could sell like fire everywhere else in the world, and they would make hand over fist with money. But if it doesn't sell in Japan, they're really not going to push that line, which is just, it's mind-boggling that they do that. I mean, this is what happens. Am I right, Ian? Or
Yeah, I
this is
guess
what
so.
we're told. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk a little about the survey and stuff, I guess we can discuss that. But their way of
Yeah.
thinking it's unusual at times. It's kind of baffling at times, but then it's hard to know. I don't know. It's hard to know how they forecast stuff, especially knowing what's going to come next. For sure.
Oh, Ace is saying you're looking more lovely these days. Look at that. I see some love blooming between the two of you. I feel the spark.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. All right, help me read this. Mug and Weapon 13. Mug Weapon 13. Am I pronouncing that right? What's going on?
Mug and Weapon 13.
That's what I would do. Hulk, we'll get into in a moment. We're gonna tackle a couple of things first. Again, this is gonna be a relatively short stream. I have a 1 hour, 45 minutes cutoff, absolute cutoff. If I haven't stopped the stream by then, I'm just gonna end the stream manually and cut everybody off mid-sentence. But I do have a dead set timer. Dark, yarr, what's going on, Dark? Dark's still awake. Dark wants to hear the big reveal. Chris, putting LEDs on a Masashi Order 3D print of a Rogue One blast door. Nice. Nice. I have to order some of their things. I'm very slow with ordering their 3D diorama pieces. You can get the file from them, or you can order it from them and they'll print it out and then send it to you, which is really cool. So you have those options. If you have a 3D printer or you don't, you can just order it and they'll send it to you, which is cool. Not everybody has one. The Watcha, what's going on? Hello.
Oh.
Epic thinks it's going to be Magneto. The Watcha thinks Psylocke or Venom. And Psylocke. The Watcha thinks it'll be very exciting. All right, we are almost caught up. Best podcast on the web. I wouldn't go that far, but thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm a big fan of Laser Pants. Don't ever tell him I said that, but he puts on a good show.
We love you too.
I have that modular Iron Man figure from Marvel Legends from few years ago, but I love a Figuarts version. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the plug. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rowdy lost some glasses. Was that in the stream?
I think that was before I jumped on, if anything. So I'm not sure.
So, Ant, is it Psylocke? That'd be insane. It would be pretty insane. Eric is here. What's going on, Eric?
Hello, Eric.
Vicious Soldier is here. Her body is ready for this. Everyone's good. I'm good. I'm just busy trying to pack up and get ready. I have to make a trip into Shibuya to grab a couple more gambits for people. That's what a trooper, what a good guy I am. On the day I'm leaving, I'm still gonna roll into Shibuya, grab a couple more gambits, and try to help people out. So continue. I got that Mafex gambit on Plaza Japan, but the shipping was like $35 to $37. This is the reissue, or are we talking about the new gambit? Because would they charge you shipping already? Would they give you the shipping already for that?
I mean, you can
prepay.
I mean, I think you could see what the shipping costs are, or It's been a while since I've ordered from Plaza Japan, so I'm not 100% sure if they invoice you after. I can't remember.
Okay. Still blind, huh? 17 in November. I guess we're talking about the temperature, right? So we're talking about.
Is that his birthday?
Are we talking about birthdays? Did birthdays come up?
Yeah, isn't he 17? He's 16 at the moment, isn't he, Derek?
Lou is here. What's going on, man? Happy Sunday. Yeah, smash that like button, everybody. Help us out.
Thank you. Lou, what movie did you watch before you went to sleep last night? Let us know.
Yeah, I had to exit that stream. That was a fun stream talking about movies. That was good.
Yeah.
Except Talib was there, which ruined it for everybody. Let's talk about great movies. Haven't seen it. Dude, what?
I had to message you guys to ask what the theme was because it just went spiraling out of control. Everyone was just throwing movies and I don't even know.
Well, we kind of, we're talking about things and we talked about an actor and then we brought up like certain movies that actor did. But
I know he's a great talent. So I mean, he's just
70% of all the movies. Talib was like, never seen it. I've seen a little of it. It's like, dude, man, like you brought up the topic. Well, turn on some Cena movies or matches since you can't see him anyway. All right. Menjoza is here.
What's up, Menjoza?
What's going on? All right. So Final Swing Spider-Man January. That's nuts. I will say that there was a lot of contradiction with the endoskeleton when that released. We were getting some pushback emails, and then all of a sudden, like it came out relatively quickly, even though we got an email like a couple of weeks before that said it got pushed back like 1 or 2 months, and then it came out. So, I mean, these emails that come out, they're usually on point, but sometimes they're a little bit off. So, keep hope alive, people. Either way, every
Final Swing should have been that should have been out before the Brave New Day leaks. Once people see the next suit, nobody cares about the past one.
Yes,
it's like Final Swing is a 2-minute suit.
And it's not. Yeah, it's not. That suit's not even in the movie, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's right at the end.
Right at the end.
No. In the new movie, like the colors look different from what.
Oh, the new movie, no.
Like,
new movie's a different suit. It's a whole new suit. That's what I mean. So the Brave New Day suit is a totally different suit. So it's like, who cares about that Final Swing one now?
Yeah. Right, and that Final Swing suit just looks so good too. It's such a waste.
It's a great.
It's a better suit, I think, than the Brand New Day, but just from what I've seen.
Yeah. So there's a rumor of an SHF Hulk. Spoiler alert! Everybody, turn off your sound if you don't want to know a spoiler. This means like it could relate to movies. It could relate to figures. If you don't want to know anything about a spoiler, turn it off, and I'll put my hand up when you can put the sound back on. But turn it off now. Hulk is supposed to be in the new movie, and he is supposed to occupy, like, he's not the main villain, but he is an antagonistic character. And from what I understand, like, there's a fight between them and Spider-Man and Hulk, and it takes up a pretty large portion of like the final third act. So we are almost definitively getting an SHF Hulk. And, I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Do you know if it's, is it a...
Sound, volume down again. Volume down.
Oh, volume down again, okay. I can ask you later, but I don't... Do you know if it's is it like the Hulk that we've seen, or is it like a crazy Hulk?
It's
a Banner Hulk?
It's not Smart Hulk.
It's not, okay.
Yeah. The rumors are, I mean, like you said, all the rumors are, and I mean, this hasn't officially been confirmed.
Well,
It's rumors.
I've spoken to people. I've spoken to
Oh,
people,
okay.
and he's reverted back.
Yeah, I mean,
So
when you put 2 and 2 together, it only makes sense for him to revert back, anyways.
yeah, I mean, he's not going to sell. They're not going to sell that version of the Hulk. That's not the Hulk people want.
No.
Yeah.
People,
Plus, I doubt.
people want angry, destroy everything, Hulk.
Yeah,
And there's
plus,
too many. Yeah, there's too many comic lines. There's too many storylines that just don't work with him as Smart Banner Hulk. You know, it's just not conducive to certain stories that are great that they want to tell. So they're going to revert him back, and if they want to, if they want to split him off, if they want to make him gray in the future, if they want to make him, different colors, I'm sure they'll do that. But as of right now, that's the plan.
And theories only. This is just me talking out loud. This would be a perfect way to segue into the MCU version of, I guess, Planet Hulk. Start off with a Savage Hulk that goes crazy. Maybe he starts getting smarter again, and then he goes back for revenge against all the heroes.
The problem with Planet Hulk is the rights issues to the Hulk, and it's Universal really that owns the theatrical.
Oh yeah, no, I meant, but like as like a big Marvel crossover type movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Volume up for people who didn't want spoilers. Volume up.
I don't know that. How does that gesture people?
Well, I said I'll put my hand up to turn the volume up.
Okay.
Then follow along, man.
Volume up.
I don't have a sign. I don't have crazy glasses to kind of let people know. Killzone, what's going on? On a scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you for this reveal personally? I'll get into it in a bit. Metal Slimes are coming out from Dragon Quest. It's the old switcheroo on the Gamerverse release. Okay. Oh, the G150 host is here. Long time no see, man. What did you miss so far? Nothing. Just talking about Ian's haircut. I think Dwight kind of teased a new Magneto during the London MCM Comic-Con, maybe Maximum Magneto. They really haven't been doing well with that Maximum line, so I don't know. I mean, it's not really something to get excited about.
There's also a lot of people were saying that it was also like Rocket Raccoon teasers with because they showed like missiles if I recall correctly. But we'll see. I mean, these teases have been kind of all over the place too as of lately. From I think it was Comic-Con, one of the teasers they showed off with those gold bars, like supposedly they're Latverian gold bars. Or I don't think it was Comic-Con, it was one of the live streams, but they haven't announced that one yet either.
What time will you guys reveal the figure? Also, can you confirm it's not the Sentinel? I can't tell you what time. We're just going to get through stuff. We're going to get through stuff quickly. I want to devote at least 20-30 minutes to the talk about the Gamerverse stuff. So there's just a couple things I want to get through first, and so on. So no Mafex delays. Oh, okay. 17 was the number of the Mafex delays. Thank you, Derek.
Jeez.
Yeah.
17, huh? Well, I mean, we're how many days in? We're already 9 days in, and we haven't gotten one yet, right?
Yeah.
How are they ever going to catch up to that?
No, they're never.
It's just going to get worse and worse as it snowballs.
Yeah. That's the problem. Like they have to stop doing the reissues.
That's what I was going to say. Here's an idea. Stop with the reissues and give us the stuff we already put down.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I'll tell you. It was supposed to be November. November is what I had him down for.
Damn, really?
So this is the November slate as of right now.
Yeah.
For Mafex.
It's not going to happen. It's supposed to.
The 17 figures there, right? Like, we'll be lucky if 4 of them get released.
Right.
4. So, the way that they're operating, It's ridiculous because like you said, like everything is just going to continue to snowball. And then independent of this, when you go to December has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 independent releases completely separate from November. So between December and November, 25 figures.
That's what, 6 issues for reissues for December?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6.
Great figures.
As of right now, like they always throw like a little bit of a surprise in there, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
we didn't let you know this was coming. Here it is. So
No one's getting their toys for Christmas this year, that's for sure.
At least not for Medicom.
Well, not this Christmas.
Yeah.
About this time next year we'll be all set.
You know, so it's wild. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like you got to hold up on these reissues. They are pushing everything back. If they had their own factory, it would be a different story. But they don't. They don't have their own factory. They share it with other companies.
Yeah.
And so you have a spot on the line. And if you're allocating your spot to produce figures for the reissues, the other figures that you had scheduled for this time frame are going to be pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And it's just going to spiral and cascade into craziness, you know, like Rogue is 8 months delayed at this point, isn't it? 7 months, something like that.
Yeah, you getting there. Yep.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So, you know, hopefully this, again, we mentioned it before, hopefully this partnership that they have with this new company is going to infuse a little bit more money, and maybe they can use it for production. They've already upped their solicitations from 2 per month up to, generally right now it's like 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's either 3 or 4. And that's great news as a collector, but at the same time, it's just backing everything up. And these windows of release, you have to be a little bit more honest with people, because you know there's no way these things are going to be coming out. Give quarterly releases, right? Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. People will be less upset, I think. But when certain retailers charge you for a figure based on the initial release window, and that figure doesn't release for months and months and months and months, you're going to be upset because, you know, where's your money? Who's holding your money? What's going on with your money? You can still have that money and use it for other things, you know, a night out with your girl or whatever. So, you know, people being upset, they're just toys and we get it. But when you have to prepay with some of these retailers, I understand being upset. I do. Anyway, that's my spiel. So we have 17 for November and we have 8 for December. 25 in total, if my maths is correct. Weapons. Has anyone seen Weapons? I haven't seen it. I only hear good things.
Yeah. Ian and I were just talking about it the other day. He was the one that was kind of giving me all the info on it, and actually brought it up yesterday on Rao's stream. Yeah, it's if Ian wants to put his 2 cents in first.
No, that's cool. You go ahead. I think we have a similar view, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stu was talking about it yesterday too. I felt like the premise started off really great. First half was good, really good, and then I personally thought it kind of fell off in the second half.
This is Weapons?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, the build's good. It has a really good build.
When did it come out?
Unique, I guess, but it's one of those ones where you kind of it makes you guess who's the villain, and then the reveal is basically it's just totally random, so it's kind of throws it off a little bit, I think.
Did that movie come out in September or October?
Like on HBO, it came out in October, I believe, on streaming, but it came out like I think before,
Yeah.
early summer, like in theaters or something.
Yeah, it came out a while ago, a few months ago at least on in cinemas.
Spider-Man comes out when?
I'm guessing 27 now, because a lot of movies got pushed back because of Marvel delaying Doomsday.
Yeah,
They haven't have they wrapped the shooting of that?
I think so.
It says July
July
1st, 2026, but I don't think that'll hold.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I'm
summer
gonna guess.
next year because it has to come out before Doomsday for sure.
All right, Tom says the end of July next year. Okay.
Yeah.
We need an SHF Hulk, but it has to be big. The SHF Hulk, I'll take that over anything that Marvel Legends has done, like the one they did for the Infinity Saga, like that one. Was it the Avengers Hulk?
Oh,
remember.
The one I picked up from Dark, he gave me the Avengers Assemble Hulk, and that one is really
Avengers
good.
Assemble, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great Hulk.
yeah, super good.
That's a great Hulk.
I think mine is Infinity War, which I love too.
Yeah, I got the Infinity War one. It's an amazing figure. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's just segue into a topic because we can't keep going through all the comments. Mezco released their information and they put up for pre-order their Hulk. I know a lot of people are loving it. I passed on the Mezco Avengers figures. Like I'm not grabbing the Captain America. I'm the Iron Man, the Thor. I'm really not going to get them. So for me, I think this is an easy pass. He looks really good, and if I had those figures, I'd probably be more tempted to grab them. But because I'm not into those figures, I'm not into that line, and I know that 6-inch Plus is coming out with some bangers, and I know that, like we said, like he's in the new movie. He's most likely coming out from Mafex and Figuarts relatively soon. I can wait. I don't need this kind of being a kind of standalone outlier on my shelf. So he looks great. I understand people loving it and wanting it, especially if you get Mezco. But for me, this is an easy pass for me, simply based on my circumstances. Ian, what's your take on this?
Yeah, totally the same. It's hard enough for me to get Mezcos anyway, enough to pay a Mezco price for a figure that I think is not going to be, top of the game.
Mezco in Japan are basically like hot toy prices.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
They're up
Crazy.
there.
Whoa.
That's nuts.
And the red, I found the Red Hood figure for sale here, 64,000 yen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
more.
more.
400.
That's more than the Vader.
Yes,
that
like
did
400.
that Battle Damage Vader.
Yeah,
much
that's
more
your
than that.
Predator. That's your. That's
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that? I just have to ask: was that brand new or was it used?
That's
Or-
brand new. Yeah, brand new.
Okay.
It's
Still,
better
that's
than
still
you.
crazy. Yeah. Oh man. Wow.
That's $416 today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. No thanks.
That's certainly not worth $416. No.
Yeah.
Al, you grab this?
So I'm a little bit more impressed with it via, the Comic-Con reveal. I was really kind of disappointed in it when they showed it off at Comic-Con. I think he has great accessories, great head sculpts. Personally, I'm still not a fan of them making him Scott Steiner, shredded, like
Big Papa Pump?
yeah, I really wish,
That's Rick Steiner, right?
No, Scott Steiner.
No, Scott. Scott is Big Papa. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't match the Silver Age aesthetics, like when you look at the Captain America, the Thor that's coming out. I think they should have went with that more, Silver Age power lifter type of body, big but not necessarily vascular and muscle striations like he has 1% body fat. However, I did pre-order him on Entertainment Earth. It's zero down anyway. So, yeah. I mean, like I'm still more impressed with the 6-inch Plus Hulks. But hey, Entertainment Earth, no money down, so I can always just cancel it later if
And
I
free
decide I
shipping.
don't want it. Yeah, free shipping. So no harm, no foul. But I'm impressed with all the head sculpts that they're offering with this figure. Again, the accessories are great. I just wish the body was less shredded because this doesn't look Silver Age to me. But I love, again,
Nah,
they got the Romita sculpts, the Kirby style sculpts. Those are great.
Yeah. Jason?
exactly the same as Al. I went with the Entertainment Earth pre-order. It's easy one you can cancel later. I like him, but he is way over defined for being Silver Age. So yeah, Al's pretty much nailed it. The accessories are cool. The thunderclap is cool.
Yep.
I am getting Thor, and I got Cap, so he does fit in with the crew. But yeah, sort of on the fence. I think with 6-inch, I love 6-inch, but that's Scar, right? So there is some difference between them.
Well, that's just the one that they put up for pre-order already, but they've showcased the other one.
Yeah. So
I will wait to see, but maybe.
Quick
I like.
question.
Oh, sorry.
So when he's clapping, it's kind of hard to see in my photo, but right here, when he's clapping, right here, right at the edge of the image,
Is that a hole?
There's a hole there. What is that?
I have no clue. I just noticed.
They're masking it. They're masking it with the other images, so you never really get a clear look.
There's nothing that should be pegged there.
There's
not for Silver Age.
No.
Yeah.
So all the images, we don't really get a look at
and
it.
There's nothing in the accessories that would slot there.
Do any of those Smash white pieces fit onto his arm? No?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
maybe like a.
It might be like he dug a hit his arm.
And those are the light pole and the bar from the thing, right? It just doesn't say Yancey Street this time.
Oh, from the thing? Yeah. It might be the same one. The bendable.
Same one, different sign. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Vampire Hulk. That would be cool. So SH Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Very nice. Immortal Hulk. An Immortal horror movie. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, we just talked about the Mezco. I'm not buying it. I think it looks cool. I think Ian agrees with me. It looks cool. But for us, the pricing is a little bit off, and we don't really have too many Mezco. I have a couple Mezco, and I've got some on pre-order that I'm waiting to get, but I didn't go in on the Avengers figures, and because of that, like the aesthetic of this it's just not going to fit into what I have. So this is a pass for me based on the price and the fact that it would be an outlier on my shelf. Just, it's kind of standing alone by itself. So yeah. All right. So anyone want to throw any more comments in on the Hulk before we move on?
No.
Good here.
No? Okay. Let's talk very quickly about Mythic Legions. I think that 4 Horsemen is killing it. Release after release after release. What they're putting out is just, it's so imaginative. It's so cool. It doesn't border on silly like some other companies do when they kind of venture into certain things. It's not over the top. It's a really great aesthetic, and the quality of the figures that they're putting out is top notch. I mean, it's great. So, for me, Punisher War Machine. For me, the Mezco, the stuff is cool, but if I had to choose, I would absolutely buy like Mythic Legions every time. If I had to choose 1-to-1, I just think what they're putting out is great, but they're also very hard to find here in Japan. They're very hard. I have to get my stuff from like Big Bad and then ship it through somebody, So
Non-stop
But this
do them.
accessory pack, like I need those shock teeth. You all know why. I need
No,
those shock.
why?
Because of Sharknado, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do we think about these guys? These guys look great. Forgive me, people. I don't know the names. They were just announced. Like I said, I've been kind of running around trying to get everything ready for my trip. But these look awesome.
I got you. This guy, let's see. Oh, maybe
Yeah, the Mythic
guy's
Legions
name
and
is-
Cosmic Legion stuff, they're great. For me, it's just a case of they're all new original characters, so it's
Mhm.
I have to draw the line somewhere, and I'm collecting so much at the moment that I have to be a bit careful. So unless it's like exceptional, it stands out, then I'll grab it. But I mean, for people who do collect this line or are into mythic characters, I think these are great. They're all great. Like, yeah, I really want the cosmic stuff. I think they look really good too.
Jose brings up Haya RoboCop. I could swear that Haya said that their RoboCop was going to be coming out in the summer.
I thought it
They
came
made
out
because
already.
they put that figure up for solicitation like 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And they made a post, I think, like in the spring, saying that final approval had been made and that they were going to progress and that figure would be out like by the end of the summer. Maybe I'm imagining that, but I could have swore that they did that. And we're now like going on mid-November and still nothing on that figure. This is crazy. Diecast 112 RoboCop for people who don't know. Diecast. But let's get back to the Mythic Legions. These look great. Look at that. Look at that chest full of gold as an accessory. That's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I
So-
think it's kind of cool that they're venturing out and getting into like the pirate /
Yes.
like aquatic type figures, especially with other companies also heading towards that direction too. So it's almost kind of like you can mix and match. And I know Valiverse is doing their pirate line, which is more modern pirates, but hey, you know what? You can still mix and match them, make some cool photography with it. And I know Mezco just came out with their Crab Louis, so it's kind of cool. These guys can fight Popeye too if you want.
Yes.
Popeye fighting giant crabs.
Yeah.
Man, I just don't know how they do it. I know they're not kind of mass produced, but like the originality of every single one of their releases, like this is just brand new designs, brand new molds every single time. And then we get companies, that we collect that just keep re-releasing stuff, reissuing stuff, reusing bodies and molds, and it's like, how do these guys do it, man? They're just making original stuff constantly. Pretty good.
Yeah.
They're so passionate about it. They're fun to watch when they talk about it. It's just nice to see something other than another Spider-Man or another Batman. The detail they do, it's just beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm glad they're still doing the Knights. I think the Knights
Right.
are great. I wish they'd do actually more Knights. The Knights are killing it. We got our first. This is a female, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
imagining this. This is a female.
But there you go.
Yeah, but great, cool, love it.
One thing that scares me with these are the packaging that they come in. They come in those shell. It's like a plastic shell, right? The shell cases.
Mhm.
Like NECA used to do that.
Yeah.
Like have that here, and like I had them in this room on display, and then after one summer, I like looked in and I just noticed that all the paint had been like dripping off, all the weathering on the alien figures. And I opened them up and everything was just had melted. Like all of the paint had just melted from the summer heat.
Ooh.
Damn.
Because I guess it's not like a box. There's just no air going, out of them. These are unboxers for sure.
Yeah, these are awesome.
I like that. The Mana one is awesome.
I will say though, I was also impressed with the Dio. That one was made by Josh Green. Check him out on Instagram. He shows like how when he was putting it all together and the progression, thing looks so awesome.
These are not based on anything, right? They're all original.
Yeah, it's their own. their own story, their own lore.
It's crazy.
I mean, you know, them just like any fantasy, though, you take inspiration from other stories, but the way they just do their original, like their own twisted, you know, designs is awesome.
Yeah.
These guys should be making comic books and movies, man. Like,
They should. They should. They definitely should. So, yeah, I mean, it's great stuff. You know, you can pick. I'm gonna put a lot of this stuff just in my Conan universe. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that I'm putting together because they all fit. You know, that kind of, again, mythic Legions. It's stuff is so nice. It's so cool. So yeah, just wanted to touch on this for people who aren't into it. They kind of just keep scrolling along. These figures they're awesome. I've got, I don't know, maybe 8 Mythic Legions in my collection. I'd get more. They're just hard to get over here. And you know, Ryan, if Ryan were on the stream, you know, he's probably got like 500 Mythic Legions, honestly.
That is not an
it's really cool stuff.
exaggeration.
No, it's not an exaggeration.
No.
He's probably got more than that. But yeah, they look great. They look awesome.
That open mouth yell with the manta ray with the gills inside, it's just nice little touches.
Oh, and you don't have a picture of the exclusive that they dropped.
No,
the koi fish guy.
Yeah.
No. Again, I just put this together real quick before we started. So, all right. So let me get rid of that. Let's try to get caught up a little bit in the chat, and then we'll get into the Gamerverse.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Still very upset at Metacom for doing your boy Robin dirty. Yeah. Wife ordered me a Revo Joker before last Christmas. Still waiting for it. Yeah. Ian, do you know when that's dropping?
Yeah, no. Not already.
It's been out for a long time.
Which one are you looking at?
The Joker?
1.5 Joker, right?
Did it come out?
Yeah, that's been out
right now.
Oh,
I got it. I
thought you meant like they're reissuing it again. No,
wait a minute. Are you waiting on it because of the tariffs or what? Or are you waiting on it for Christmas? Like what's the deal?
He just messaged in the chat, said smaller vendor, so maybe they're just having supply issues.
Okay.
Oh, he's in Canada. Okay, so you know.
So yeah, so CT put out some images of their Blue Hush Batman that's going to be shipping, and they showed off their black Daredevil. I'm gonna say they're doing a new version of that red one, because the red one, it didn't have any type of matte, any shading on it, but now it seems like they've got a little bit of some shading on it. What are we looking at?
So it's actually on the shelf in Reveltech, that Joker.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the shelf. I just look at what's
yeah,
just
it's crazy that what I mean is it's just sitting there and he's still waiting.
Well, same with the Deadpool, right? You can still get those extra heads there.
Yeah,
they're still sitting there. So, it's a lot of reissues. Yep. Does the Mafex Rogue only have windswept hair? Yes. And that's one reason that we're hopeful it's being delayed, that they're retooling the head so that we can get another version beyond just windswept, which is kind of ridiculous that they would give us. What is it? 3 heads? 4 heads? Something like that. At least 3. Yeah. Disappointed for the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Well, I was disappointed when I opened it. But I've messed around with it a lot. They sent me a replacement torso, and the replacement torso is really, really good. My opinion of the figure has improved, obviously, now that I don't have to, hold it together and it's not falling apart in my hand. Is it worth the money? No, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the money. You get 3 extra hands, and that's all it comes with, which is kind of ridiculous for that price point. So, That's the type of figure that you guys should just sit on and wait for it to go on clearance, because it will. Just wait for the clearance. So from the picture you have there, which ones are releasing this month or December? Well, that's anybody's guess, right? So,
you know that
I don't know.
Shazam's going to be the only one that comes out, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's anybody's guess at this point. Like I said, I got to go into Medicom today, and I'll see if anybody has any kind of clue. But you know, if a certain person is there, nobody's going to say a thing.
And we're 9 days in, and none of these have dropped, I believe.
No, nothing. Not even a hint. Not even a hint. So I'm hopeful that nothing will drop until I get back anyway. So, I mean, that Magneto is still off of the shelves. You can only really find him at 2 places. He's in Radio Kaikan in Akihabara at Uchusen, and he's in the Medicom stores. Everywhere else I've gone, he's sold out. Everywhere. So, hope we get Killmonger released on time. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm looking forward to that figure.
Shuri.
Yeah. All right. People talking about weapons. I'll just bypass that. Doomsday. They're still filming Spider-Man, says Rowdy. Ian is absolutely getting that Mattel K-Pop Demon Hunters 3-pack. Absolutely. There's no question there. I wonder if that Comic Paint Spidey reissue will have the soft crotch. Probably not. The figures that have gotten the soft crotch have either been they've been renewal figures, or they've been new releases. I don't think any figure that's just a straight up reissue was given that new diaper. I can't think of one.
Because that change would make it a 1.5, and then
Yeah, they would absolutely qualify that as a change, and they would up the price on it. Yeah. So I don't anticipate that happening at all. Ian, you want to address this?
Yeah, can't wait.
he's being serious.
I appreciate
that. I was
I
hoping there'd be figures though. I was more talking about them in the group just because I was saying they're going to be huge, because everybody would want to buy them because the movie's huge. I mean, the dolls will be very popular, but it would have been cool to have some Demon Hunter figures. I like the movie a lot, but yeah.
Did you miss the reveal, Hustle? No, you haven't. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Just want to go through the chat and highlight what people have said. I fell out of love with Mezco a few years back. I mean, some of the stuff they put out is amazing. It's great. It's just, for us, the price point it's unsustainable here in Japan. Again, like a die-cast Hot Toys is cheaper than a Mezco, a regular Mezco here. Crazy. Hulk Gamerverse. Hulk coming soon from SHF. Was that a hint? Again, we talked about spoilers before. If you don't want spoilers, I'm not going to talk about it. If spoilers are your thing, just rewind and you can extrapolate what was said and make a conclusion. Yeah, that Godzilla, man, we're waiting on that. And they teased like a giveaway, Mezco did, for that figure on Godzilla Day. Didn't they? Like they were giving one out? On their social media? I thought they did.
Well, we all know how Mezco does with their communication on giveaways.
I was just about to ask, Sneaky. I assume it's still 0 at this point.
I still haven't heard back from him. I even asked him about the gift cards instead, but still haven't heard back.
Nothing crushes the joy of winning a giveaway like never getting it. Or
right.
I know, Ryan.
3 SH Hulks. See, I didn't like the first Hulks from Figuarts. I thought they were bad. But the newest one they did was pretty good. The Ragnarok Hulk was pretty good. That the Gladiator Hulk, that was a pretty good figure, but the hands would kind of fall off easily, which kind of sucked. The weapons are too big and heavy. But yeah, I mean the Hulks, when they do them right, they're incredible figures. Keep going through. We're only talking about Mafex. You know, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. All right. Al.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. He was getting ready to go up on stage and do a pose off.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. All right. So I think Al and Jason know the next figure. Without saying it, just yes or no.
Yes.
No.
Really?
What?
Yeah. Remember, I had a few 2 or 3 weeks down. So if we did talk about it, I don't remember.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we didn't include you.
No worries. Bless you.
Did Ian just say bullshit? Is that? All right.
Responded with courtesy.
So, drum roll, the reveal of the new figure. Start here first. The Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Is the next figure. The Wolverine that Marvel Legends put out was, by all accounts, I don't have it. By all accounts, it's great. And I can only imagine what Figuarts is doing. Now, that being said, you got it?
This is the Marvel Legends, yeah, the Gamerverse.
All right. So people seem to think that this is the best one they've put out. Is this the best Marvel Legends you've got?
I'd have to say this is probably the best Wolverine that they've put out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about Marvel Legends.
Yeah. No, this is definitely a great figure. So, but obviously, it does have some of its issues. And I'm excited to see what Bandai does, because we all know that Bandai generally has much better quality. And so far, what we've seen from Cyclops and Spider-Man, they both look great. So
okay, now don't anyone leave. This is not the only news. We're gonna talk about this line for a little bit. Okay, so don't leave. Give us your time. So this figure is next, and Tamashii Nations is going to be doing a live stream in 2 days, on the 12th. 2 days for us. Today's the 10th. So they'll be more than likely revealing this first on their live stream. And then this figure will be available for everyone to see at Tamashii Nations 2025 in Akihabara on Friday or Saturday, whenever that event starts. I think it's Friday. The 14th is Friday, correct? I think so. So this figure will be there, and people can see it, and you'll see pictures and video and everything. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm not in Japan, so maybe Ian can go and take some video, take some pictures, and showcase it for people in the Facebook group, so they can get a pretty good idea from different angles. That's the problem with photos, right? It's just one image. It's still a video. You can kind of get a little bit of an idea of how things look proportionately. But again, this one, Tamashii Nations, they're doing that live stream in 2 days. This most likely will be on it. And then this will be at the event where they showcase a lot of the new stuff coming up over the course of, the next half a year or whatever it is. So this is exciting. I think based on the Marvel Legends one, the look and what you can do with it, I'm really excited to see what this Wolverine can do. Again, I haven't seen it, but I think it's pretty cool just imagining how this will look paired up with the Cyclops and the Spider-Man. Now, Jason, what's your take on this? Because you just found out. What's your take?
Oh, honestly, if I hadn't heard, that's what I was assuming was coming next. So I'm excited for it. I hope they make him a little fire plug like he's supposed to be. So small and big and buffed out. If they keep it just like that, I'm a happy guy. They got the mask. Got to get the mask right too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the claw.
Is he unmasked in the game at all?
Just for a winning pose, but not
Yeah.
as a costume. But who was bringing it up in? I think it was Emerald. Oh yeah, Emerald was asking if it's going to be Bone Claw or regular Wolverine. You know what? I would actually think it'd be cool if they included both options for the claws.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
Any comments on this before we kind of move on with the Gamerverse talk?
No, I think it's just it makes sense for them to do this. They're obviously going for big players. Like,
Okay.
I think what they're trying to do as well is they've got to get these main characters out. I'd like them to be a bit more original, but I think they've got to get these out because they don't want people to mix and match. And, you know, they don't want people to use the Marvel Legends, so they've got to get the big players out, the core characters out that people know, and then it makes sense. Yeah,
if this were actually scaled well, and we got a bit of a shorter Wolverine, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. So I just want to reiterate that the Gamerverse is Marvel owned. It's a Marvel trademark, so you're not going to get Capcom figures in this line. I've heard that the Tamashii Nations is not against producing the Capcom figures for the line, but it would not be under the Gamerverse tag. It would be separate. And that would be something down the line. There's no immediate plans, or there weren't, at least when I got the information. There were no immediate plans for any Capcom figures for the line. So it doesn't mean that they're not going to come out, but I think for the meantime, you're probably just going to have to pair up like Jada or Storm figures.
I think they've got to be careful though, man, because like you got to think that collectors, a lot of the collectors are kind of our age, and it's like, you know, we know the Marvel Capcom stuff. You know, if you wait too long, we're going to be too old to buy them, and people are going to be too young to know who they are. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that's why, you know, they're trying to, you know, I believe they re-released the game earlier this year, but you know, who knows if it's popular with the younger generation or not. I'm sure it is in the sense, you know, it's Marvel and Capcom, but you know, I feel like fighting games they haven't necessarily been the same since arcades pretty much, you know, went I don't know if it's could say it's extinct, but you know, when we were younger, arcades, man, just lining up and just putting your quarters next, that was another that was an experience, and it's hard to replicate now.
Yeah, especially since you had a physical opponent usually standing there with you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I missed some comments going up, and I apologize if I missed them because they kind of started coming in pretty fast and furious once I showed this off. But that being said, the problem is the base color of the two variants is not the same.
If he's referring to Adamantium and Bone Claw Wolverine, they do have slight color variations.
Yeah.
But me personally, I would be okay if they included both sets of claws, because you know, although it's a slightly different, you know, color, it's close. At least for me, it's close enough.
Okay, so just put this comment in the back of your mind. Okay, don't forget it. All right. Can I tease who's after Wolverine? I could, but that's going. No, legit. I was legit going to. But this is where Ian's knowledge ends. Okay. Why is it that new different companies are doing Gamerverse? Will SH not do any that Hasbro did? That's up to them. But that brings us to the next thing. Again, we're not done. That brings us to the poll. Okay. So there was a poll done by Tamashii Nations regarding this line. And the poll was done because they want to get feedback. Now, I've told you before, their data collection, I think, is probably very different than what Hasbro's is. Hasbro with their focus groups, which is BS, right? Like, no focus group is choosing the things that you release over other things that we know have been in the pipeline. There's no way. A snowcat over a whale, show me that focus group. Who was in that focus group, right? With Tamashii Nations, they put out a poll and they collected data and they got feedback. And again, when it comes to them, this is why this line is now 3 figures deep instead of 1. Because the initial plan, from what I was told, from what I heard, was 1 figure this year, and that was the Cyclops. But the feedback was overwhelming. The community was overwhelming in their response to it. That Figuarts Tamashii Nations was floored. They were completely taken aback. They weren't ready for it, and they pushed up plans for the other figures to come out. So the Spider-Man was originally scheduled, I think, for January, the reveal, but it got pushed to August. And the Wolverine was, I think, scheduled for like late spring or something like that, and now it's going to be revealed. Now, I can't tell you which figures pulled highest. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that poll might have changed the order of releases. Because the figure that I was told was number 4 is no longer set in stone.
I knew that was going to happen, man. I even said that.
The 4th figure very well could be the top choice from that poll. Now, there was a pattern, and I'm not going to get into the pattern because I think that would be revealing a little bit too much. But there was a pattern that they had set up for the release. Wave 1 was going to conclude with the 4th figure, and then wave 2 was going to follow the same pattern. And again, I can't really get into the pattern because I think me revealing that would be a little bit too much. But the poll results were a bit surprising for them, and they're reevaluating the 4th figure, which is pretty cool. I mean, the 4th figure, I think a lot of people would have been pretty happy. Ian knows the 4th figure. I think, they probably would have killed it.
Yeah, but I think not to give anything away, but like I said before, I think with the 4th figure, it's a case of, I think this is why they put the poll out, because I think the guys doing the research, I think a lot of people don't know what people want. Like, it's really hard to forecast and guess what people want. And I think what they kind of did was, at that time, they did some research, went on the internet, tried to look at what people were talking about and said, we're going to choose that one. But it was a very kind of short-term thing. And I think while it would have been a popular choice in a way, I don't think it's the best choice for the 4th figure, in my opinion.
Well, I'm kind so you kind of mentioned, like, they have to put out a certain core group of figures at the beginning, right? Like, we can establish that that's kind of a priority. Now, with that being said, you can't make all the figures you release like your A team. Okay, you can't do that. You kind of need some bangers for later. All right, I'm not going to say exactly what you want me to say, but people should try to read into my words And Matthew has a question, and he says, is it a male character? Now, Matthew, I can't answer that question, but I will say that's all I can say.
Yeah, that didn't get weird at all.
I can't say.
Is that how you called your wife?
I can't say. What up, Loco Lou? What's going on? Now again, Matthew's comment and my response is based on the original plan. Okay. The new figure kind of throws that into chaos. Now, I will say that when I went to that event, I finally got invited to like an early bird event. And I was able to talk to some people. I met like the designer for the Gamerverse line, which was really cool. But myself and another person were there, and we said, hey, what about Hulk? You know, you guys gonna do Hulk? Like Hulk is, I think everybody would die if you guys did a Hulk. And at the time, they said, you know, there was no plan for a Hulk. That doesn't mean it wasn't coming. There was no plan at the moment for Hulk to be like within the next 3 or 4 figures. I will say that I know that a lot of people did vote for Hulk. I can't tell you exactly what the top vote getter was because that information, I'm not privy to that. I don't really know. But I would say that the Hulk being so popular, because I know it was popular, I think that definitely might push them to release it sooner rather than later. I'm not saying Hulk is next. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's within the next 3, because the original plan, that from speaking to people, that wasn't the original plan. But I think the poll results have kind of shaken everything up. And where we stand now, I think we're going to start getting a little bit more fan favorites coming into the equation.
Can I just ask, do you think the poll was a bit risky for them? Because wouldn't a lot of people choose figures that they don't have? Like with the Marvel Legends coming out, if people have picked up those figures, and a lot of them have been quite popular, people might not necessarily pick the best choice. It'd be the choice that they don't have, the ones that they need to fill their Gamerverse line. So it's a bit, I don't know, it's I like it, but it is a bit of a risk, because for some of us who don't have certain characters that are Gamerverse ones, people who are not Marvel Legends collectors, maybe we'll miss out on something.
Yeah. I think with the release, the way they release figures, though, I think they're spacing it out. So I think that's taken into consideration when it comes to like people having access or people wanting to fill holes and so on. I mean, you're not getting 2 figures a month. You're not getting a figure every month. You're getting at this point, what, a release every 3 or 4 months, maybe 1 figure a quarter at right now at the schedule. I can't be certain. Someone asked earlier on, is the Gamerverse Cyclops scheduled for this month? It's scheduled for November 29th. That's the release day. So I'm hopeful that somebody will put it on a shelf on the 28th. Hopeful. I don't know. That doesn't happen so much for Figuarts stuff as much as it happens for like Metacom Mafex stuff, but it will release then. You'll probably start seeing some early photos or videos, or even reviews coming from China, maybe a few days before that, because the Chinese tend to get their hands on these figures a little bit early. But I will definitely have a review up by the 29th, the day it releases. I'll definitely have a review, and I'll be able to compare it with the Mafex figure. So that is still scheduled for this month. That's not going to get pushed back, more than likely. So yeah, so that's exciting. We'll get our first glimpse of what this line is going to look like, what it's going to feel like, and how it's going to articulate, which is great. So so let me say this again. Another thing about the poll, the responses were overwhelmingly from outside Japan. Overwhelmingly. So that, as we've said, is not really the way they operate. They don't really take into account things from outside Japan as opposed to domestic data. So this is the conundrum for them. You know, they can sell this line overseas. They can sell this line in America because something about it being based on a video game allows them to sell it.
Huh.
I think that's the reason, the rationale. But because of that, I think they probably might be reevaluating their approach to the way they're weighing international, meaning outside Japan, and domestic, meaning Japan, and the feedback and the data and all of that in regards to which figures are going to push, which figures are going to release, all that sort of thing. So the polling data was big. It was overwhelming, but also overwhelmingly from people outside the country, outside Japan. So now that being said, why Kaiju? What are you showing us? What are you showing us? What is this?
Please no.
Kaiju, what are you revealing here?
We're already going to get
certain things are on the table. Let me just say that.
They're going to pull a Jada.
Certain things are on the table.
Man, this is too much of a this is too expensive of a line to be diving into variants, for me at least, for color variants.
I have all brown Wolverine suited out. That's wow.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying certain things are on the table. That's all. So
they have to be careful if like they're thinking about it, because I mean I get it. It's a cheap option for them, but like I don't really know how popular variant colors are unless it's a very standout familiar variant for people. Like I think the Marvel Capcom ones, like they're a variant. You might have variant costumes, especially in the later games, but like I think variant colors, I wouldn't really be that interested in agreeing.
Okay, but let's go back to that earlier comment. Let's go back to that earlier comment and Wolverine and the Claws. Okay. So like a certain color has a certain look, and that determined whether he had like the bone claws or the adamantium. So if they're giving us, hypothetically, if we're getting variant colors, it opens the door for new accessories.
But you know what we like I mean, for example, with the Jada stuff, like they'll release a variant and you don't want the freaking color, you just want the head. You just want Dhalsim blowing the fire, and then you got to buy the whole bloody set again. It kind of, it's disheartening, man. It kind of puts you off sometimes.
And I'm the same way like with Ian, I did get a lot of the variants for Jada, but that's also because I really wanted the accessories, and they weren't, it's Jada. It's not as expensive as a Figuarts. If we're factoring domestic prices for these guys, we'll just use like Big Bad Toy Store prices, since a lot of people might still shop there. That's $100 a figure. That's a lot of money to drop just to get an extra accessory, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Well, let's look at what Tamashii Nations does do with their. Let's pick a line that has color variations. Okay, let's look at the Dragon Ball line.
Mhm.
Okay, what do they do when it comes to like a color variant? What do they normally do?
Label it as a P Bandai exclusive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's an exclusive, either a web exclusive or it's a store exclusive.
Yeah.
So when they do that, it's really just for collectors who want to have the variant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not overproducing it. They're not making it part of like the bigger line. So I would say that if you're worried that this is going to become something that kind of gets out of control, I would say that that's really not how they've done it
Yeah.
in the past. So, they'll just make it an exclusive, whether it's the web exclusive or the store exclusive. And if it's a store exclusive, it'll sit there for like a year or 2 years. They'll just sit there. So,
Yeah. I'm fine if they do it that way. I personally, I just wouldn't like to see them do it like how Jada is doing and give you that one accessory that you wish that
Right.
the original release had, and then it's like, oh damn, now I got to get this just to get the accessory. I'm hoping they don't go that way, but like I said, Bandai isn't really known for that. They're more known of just recoloring something and making it an exclusive, which perfectly fine with me.
And I think like it depends. Like the Capcom, like Street Fighter variant colors are quite different. Like the costume changes. With a Marvel Capcom 2, if you're going for the first or second game, the changes are just changing the
Color.
tone. It's
Yeah.
If you're talking Marvel Capcom 3, you're talking about full costume changes, and then it's different. Then it's cool.
Yeah.
You might have like a Storm, and you have a very different black and white version of a Storm, or you have a character with a completely different suit. But I think when you just change the tint of a color, like you have to be careful because there aren't that many different things that you can add with this game. It's an old game. It's a retro game. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. And again, like I said, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, just using Wolverine, for example, like his alt costume was the Weapon X costume, which that would be cool if we got like a Weapon X figure. But just the color changes, I hope they don't go deep into that. Just keep them as, one off like a web or store exclusive, and that's fine.
Yeah. It reminds me of like what McFarlane does, where it's the same character, slightly different paint, and the gold version and the Jokerized version. And I just want one version that has everything I want.
McFarlane makes the regular version the variant. The chase.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
So I've spent time oversaturating myself with variants of the same thing, and just kind of turned off to that right now.
So personally, I think they should at least finish off the line. Again, I'm not saying that this is imminent. I'm just saying that this is potentially on the table. This is something maybe that might happen. So, when we look at the line, some people are offset with the colors, right? Like, I don't like this color choice. I'm not really down with this color choice. I remember the game, it had a different color. There's a possibility of different colors, potentially, in the line down the road.
I would say, though, I think I would be tempted with alt colors if it was like the secret characters, like do you remember that was like an orange Venom? There was, who else was there? There was a couple of,
I know what you mean.
the Robo Zangief, stuff like that. That would be kind of cool, just because that they were like an actual separate character, even though it was just like a reuse, I guess you could say. But I might be tempted with those. But if it's just a regular characters, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. I guess what we're talking about in terms of variants, like variant players, is just a totally new redesign. So it's basically a new figure. They're probably just looking at it from a point of view of just changing the color of the plastic. And I get it. If they can make money from it from a business point of view, I get it. But I don't. I'm not gonna buy that, man. I'm not gonna buy the same.
Yeah, it's too. It's this is too premium of a line to like dive deep into like color variations.
That's a good way of putting it. It does kind of cheapen it if you oversaturate it and it's just color changes. Suit variation, I would like to see different versions of suits, but yeah.
Let me address this thing that Maurice said. What's going on, Maurice? Amazon still has Cyclops listed for February next year. Amazon always has Tamashii Nations stuff scheduled for like 3 months later. That's standard.
Oh yeah,
and that's probably when they'll get it 3 months later. So
they just
it
change it
releases.
as they go. Yeah.
Yeah, it releases in Japan on the 29th this month. So, if you have an order through Amazon and you see the reviews and the figure sucks, it gives you enough time to cancel it and not get charged. So there's
Amazon
you gotta wait a
here
little.
still have it for the same
What is that?
the November 29th, because that's
What is it?
Amazon Japan still have it for
No,
December.
he's talking about US.
Oh,
He's talking
US,
about
okay.
US. Or at least another one. I don't know if Maurice is in the States or if he's in Europe, but
Yeah.
I think he's
Shows February 2nd for me.
Wow.
yeah. So
But that ain't gonna
and the color variants, we're not going to beat this horse, but it does help companies get more money out of the mold, which allows them to theoretically put more money into other molds to build newer figures. If you know you're going to get more money down the line, it's not just this one release. You're looking at maybe 3 releases out of this mold. It's easier to justify making the mold, continuing the line, knowing that it's going to sell. So there's positives to it. There's negatives to it, but there's positives as well. And I think we just need to be grateful that we are getting these figures from both Hasbro and from Tamashii Nations, from Bandai. I think it's great. It took us how long since the game released to actually start getting some quality figures from the game. So
a little while.
Cool. Yeah, a little while. I've grown teeth and they've fallen out in the time. No translucent ones, not yet, Stu. Give it time, my man. Give it time. I do want to touch on another thing, just while I have people. So, for those in the Facebook group, I just want to remind people that we are doing a second waffle for that Pulse Sentinel 97. Again, it's for people in the Facebook group. Don't tell my wife if you're not in that group on Facebook. Join up. If you do try to join up from this stream, just we ask you, how did you hear about the group? Just say Kaiju Daddy or YouTube or whatever. But people, if you message me, you say you want to join the waffle. Again, I'll be traveling for the next 2 weeks. If it takes me time to respond to you, don't worry about it. I'll get to you, and I'll try to contact you when I can. So, again, the gambits that people have asked me to pick up for them, I'm going into Shibuya. I'm going to leave within 20-25 minutes. I'm going to go and grab some more for people. And I'll get stuff out when I get back. So while I'm traveling, I can't guarantee that I'll have access to Wi-Fi or I'll have access to the internet easily. So just be patient. Know that I will eventually get to it, and I'm scheduled to be back in Japan. I think I arrive back here on the 23rd, Sunday night. 24th is a holiday, Monday, and the 25th is sort of back to business as usual. So just be patient, guys. That's all I ask. So that concludes our talk about the Gamerverse stuff. Again, one more time, the Wolverine is the next figure that will be most likely revealed on the Tamashii live stream in 2 days. And on Friday, they'll have the event. And hopefully Ian will go to the event and take some pictures and video, and he'll share it with people. And moving down the line, moving forward, the next figure, the 4th figure, based on the poll results, that fourth figure status is now kind of up in the air. They might change the figure to a different figure, which just means that, I mean, if you use your brain, that wasn't the most popular choice. So I was excited for the fourth figure. I thought the fourth figure was a cool choice. It wasn't, I wouldn't consider it an A-level character, but I think there's enough fandom that does love this figure that I think they would have been very happy with it. So, but again, we're kind of moving forward and we don't really know where it stands. And then also the poll results overwhelmingly from people outside the country versus people inside the country, how that kind of parlays into what they're going to do with the line moving forward, I don't really know. Only time will tell. And the last bit of information is the color variance that is potentially on the table for the line moving forward. There's nothing imminent, I think, but moving forward, it is a possibility. So if you're not cool with these color choices, if you had a certain color in mind for your hero and you don't see it in the initial release, you know, maybe there's an opportunity later on to pick up that particular color scheme and, you know, satisfy that urge within you. So if you have any questions, you know, you can post it. I'll try to get to it. I'm not going to keep reading all of the comments just because I do have to end this stream because I do have stuff to do. I have to, like I said, I have to get to the airport today. So any final thoughts, gentlemen? We'll start with Jason down below.
Just interested to hear what that next figure is going to be. I know there are a bunch of choices that would be awesome for it, but I'm glad that companies are listening. I mean, that means a lot to me that a company reached out and wants to know what I and what other collectors actually want. That's pretty unique.
And they're legit listening because it's now potentially changing what they're going to release next.
Certain other companies should listen to that. I mean, just a simple poll cost them nothing to do but web space, and you know, they win. It's a win-win for everybody. So I'd love to see a lot more of that.
Al?
Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to seeing the official announcement. You said there's a stream in 2 days. Is that correct? From Bandai?
Yeah, they're going to be doing a live stream reveal, early reveal of some of the figures from the event.
Okay. Yeah.
My Hero Academia is they're gonna drop that.
Yep.
Overlay deco, I guess. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm hoping we see, you know, the official announcement for Wolverine, just so we can kind of see what it looks like. You know, the accessories. You know, because I'm pretty hyped. You know, I know a lot of people might be a little Wolverined out at this time, but you know, when it's coming from a quality company, you know, I'm excited to see what it's going to look like and come with. So, looking forward to that. And you know, we'll looking forward to seeing what the fourth figure will be eventually.
Pretty Man?
Ryan's on the stream.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same as everyone else. I mean, I think Wolverine for me is just a bit of it's an easy pick. It's not a very inspiring pick, but it's a clever pick, and I think, you know, it's what they've got to do. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting to hear about the poll changing things as well, because I think on one side you're saying, yeah, they're listening to people, which is really good. They're listening to the collectors, but on the other side, it does show that their market research, like everybody else's, it's hard work, man. They don't know what people want. And, you know, we complain about Medicom. Medicom have no idea what people want, man. They're just lost. But, you know, all lines are releasing stuff all the time, and you're like, why are they releasing that? Why is that coming out? People, I don't want that. Like, this is the easy choice. Like, why aren't they making this? And it's good that they're listening to people, because, you know, they've clearly done a bit of research, thought they had their fourth pick, and it wasn't actually the choice that people wanted. So, you know, it's a clever take. Maybe more companies should do the same thing. Just start throwing it out there to people and letting people make those choices. Yeah.
I remember companies used to do this more often, if I recall. and especially was it like the Toy Fair magazines? You can write in like your choices. Oh man,
you had to mail those in.
yeah. You know that, yeah, like you guys said, you know, these polls have power.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Tamashii Nations always does polls, and they do listen. You know, unlike other companies, they do listen, and your voice has some power with that particular company. So we complain about companies not listening, as Jason was saying. This company does, and that's good. And you know, if we ask for something and they give it to us, you know, you got to buy it, or they're going to stop listening to you.
I got to make sure to support. You want to support them so they keep doing it.
Yeah. So that's good news. So again, everyone, appreciate it. Again, I can't get into the conversation down there in the chat. I got to get going. I got planes to catch and things to buy. So appreciate everybody. We'll be back with a stream maybe like the 24th or the 25th. I'll have to talk to the guys and see when. So I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody has a good November. Be safe and see everybody next time. Take care.
Right on. Take care,
Hey guys.
See you guys.